Today, we are going to be covering 5 of my favorite features that I use every single day on my 2023 Subaru Outback. But this is going to be relevant for anybody that has typically a 2020 or newer Subaru, because all the information that I share in this video is going to apply to those vehicles as well. These are features that have been around for many years, but not a lot of people know that they exist, and oftentimes whenever I'm talking to people about their new Subaru, they don't realize how to utilize some of these features and functions that are incredibly easy. It's just a matter of knowing they exist and how to operate them. Before we dive into this, I do want to briefly mention, if you are looking for any hiking, cycling, or camping gear for your summer trips and travels, be sure to check out REI. They have the biggest sale of the year going on right now through to May 27th, so that is a limited time. And you can get some pretty big savings. Just as an example, on my Thule bike rack right now, they have it discounted 20% off. So be sure to use the link down in the description below to get savings on your outdoor gear this year. The first feature that I want to show you guys is going to be activated on your touchscreen display. It is called AVH, Auto Vehicle Hold. Let's talk about what this is first, and I'm going to show you in practice how it actually works. So AVH stands for Auto Vehicle Hold. And whenever you turn your car on, it's not going to be defaulted on. You will have to activate this, but luckily there's a way to get it as a shortcut you see right here. So why would you have this and what does it do? Well, the reason that you have this is for convenience and ease of use when driving. Let's say, for example, you are driving along, you are driving here, you come up to a train or a long red light or stop and go traffic. You put your foot on the brake. Well, typically you'd have to keep your foot on the brake while the car is still in drive, but AVH allows you the ability to take your foot off the brake, relax, and you don't have to keep your foot on the brake. So your leg's not cramping up. You'll notice that it's flashing up there. It says AVH. Now, whenever it's time to proceed, when traffic is moving ahead, you just simply tap your brake and it will start moving again, or you tap the gas and it will also release the brake automatically and start moving forward. Here's a prime example of why AVH is so valuable. I have my foot off the brake right now. You see the AVH icon flashing. We're at a red light. I have the car still in drive though, so as soon as it's time to proceed, the green light just changed. Just give it some gas or tap the brake and the car will start moving forward with the flow of traffic. Now, what if you don't see this AVH option down below here? There's a couple things you can do. First and easiest thing you can do is swipe over to the right, look for the app that says AVH on the second page, and you can turn it on and off here very quickly. And just to make it a little bit easier, you can click and hold this app. You can actually move it to the first page, drag and drop it there, click the home button, and that saves it on your home screen. Now, to get it down below here, that came with the latest software update for this touchscreen display. I will include that software update number on the screen so you can take this to your Subaru retailer and get the update done, because I don't believe you can get that over the air, at least not as of yet, and it does require plug and play with a USB drive to be able to download those files. If you have a Subaru without the large touchscreen display like this 2024 Subaru Forester, your AVH button is right here. You just tap that and then you will see the AVH icon pop up in the right hand side of the screen. This next feature that I use almost every single day when on the highway or crossing the bridge is called adaptive cruise control. There's 2 cameras up in the windshield of the Subaru that look for the vehicles out ahead. You can use your cruise control button over here on the right side of the steering wheel just by simply pressing it. So you press it, you'll see a little car display on your gauge. You click the down switch to set it, and now it's linked up with the car out ahead. It will automatically slow down my car and even come to a complete stop if necessary. So right now, I am not applying the brakes at all. The car is gradually going forward to the car up ahead. It's going to hold the vehicle here for us. And this makes it incredibly convenient whenever you are either in stop and go traffic or whenever you're on the highway and you're wanting to set your cruise control without having to turn it on and off continuously. You can set your cruise as low as 20 miles an hour or as much as 90 miles per hour. Don't ask me how I know, but the cruise control can be adjusted within those speed parameters, and you can adjust the gap between you and the car out ahead with the up and down arrows right here. So we'll get out on the highway and I'll show you how that works. So now we are on the highway, and to set our cruise control, we just want to make sure we click this cruise control button. So if it's not already on, if you don't see the car out ahead there, you just tap that button right there. And then to set your speed, your desired speed, you get going however fast you want to go, and then you click down on this switch right here. So we click down, and now we have our cruise control set. I have it set at 64 miles an hour, and we're going 64 miles an hour. I was going to try to use that fellow Subaru Outback out ahead, but they're going way quicker than I want to go. So we are going to get in the right lane here with some of the slower cars. And we are going to allow the vehicle to pace behind the car out ahead. So you see the little car, it's identified the car out ahead. We're still going 64 because we're coming up on this car, this little Chevy right here. We are just going to pace behind them. I don't have to do anything with the gas or the brake. It's automatically adjusting the speed for us. See, it's going down, it's slowing down to 57, and it will stay there, just coast behind them until you get in the other lane to go around them, or if they speed up or they get out of the way. And you can adjust the gap between you and the car out ahead if you would like, with these arrows right here. So right now I have it with a 1-line gap. If we want to increase that distance, we can increase it up to as much as a 4-line gap. So there's 4 settings there for the distance control between you and the car out ahead. You also have a neat feature called lane centering that still uses those cameras up above and looks for the lane markings on the side of the road to keep you centered in your lane. So they call it lane centering. It says ready right now. Whenever I set my cruise control, you're going to see it lights up green, it's active, and you're going to feel some tightness in the steering wheel. Now, some people don't like that. I personally don't use the lane centering near as often as I just use the regular adaptive cruise control by itself, but it is something nice to have whenever you are on long straightaways and when there's not many cars next to you. So I don't like this on the 3 or 4 lane highways. It's okay on the 2 lane like this, but whenever you get too many cars and it's congested, for me, I just like having 100% control, which, by the way, the car's not driving for you, so technically you do have 100% control, but if you don't like that tightness in the steering wheel or feeling like you're fighting it, then just tap it to turn it off and you can keep it off. By the way, if you do have lane centering on and you go to put your blinker on, we'll wait till this car passes over here, it will automatically deactivate and release. So it will allow you to merge without having to fight it. It'll actually allow you to merge without putting your blinker on. It'll just deactivate. So if you do have lane centering on and you need to merge and you don't turn your blinker on, I hate doing this because I hate when people do that, but I'm just going to show you for the purpose of this video, and there's nobody right there behind me. It's going to beep at you and turn that system off. So that's what it does. You still have control even when lane centering is on. I use this next one every single day, leaving or coming home from work. It is called HomeLink, and what it allows you to do is to link up your garage door with your interior mirror on your Subaru. So that way when you get home, you can easily access your garage without having to use the clicker in your car. And the range is actually pretty good on this. I've noticed that the range on this is a lot further out. I'll have to look up the distance, but it's further out than our original garage door opener was. And you can link up to 3 garage doors to this, or gates. This button in the middle, by the way, this green button, is your auto dimming function. So that also simultaneously comes, if you have this mirror, it comes with the auto dimming. So when you have bright lights behind you, your interior and side mirrors will automatically dim, so you're no longer getting blinded. It's very easy to link up your mirror with your garage door. You just have to have your clicker, and it has to be the original manufacturer. So if you have a LiftMaster garage door opener, make sure that you have the OEM clicker to link up. You just simply click this button right here, and then you click and hold your garage door clicker. I have a full in-depth video on this. I'll link it up in the YouTube card above for you to see how to do this, whether you're linking it with the clicker here or by the button on the back of the garage door opener. The next feature that I use every single day on my Subaru is Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, depending on the device you have. I have an iPhone, so that's what I'm going to show you as an example, but Android users, it's the exact same, and you can connect either wirelessly, depending on the Subaru you have, or with a cable. If your Subaru isn't new enough, most of the newer ones have the wireless connectivity. It does require the cable connection. You just plug in your USB cable here, plug it into the back of your phone, and it will display your apps like your phone call, text, navigation, and music apps up on the screen. And to connect wirelessly, you just click right here and you add your device, and then you go into the settings of your phone, your Bluetooth settings, and you connect it there. I'm not going to go into a full in-depth detailed video here because, again, I've made a video dedicated to this. You can click on the YouTube card above to the right to see that. We'll close out of there. We'll go back in. We're going to click on the Apple CarPlay, and you can see all of the apps available to you. So you can make the hands-free phone calls and texts over here. Mine utilizes Siri because that is Apple. I believe it's Google Assistant if you have the Android, but you can use your different music apps, so built-in iTunes, or if you scroll over here, I can use Spotify to listen to podcasts, to listen to music. You have your navigation. You can even use Waze. So if you like using Waze, that's really good to use traveling because it shows you those speed traps and different things up ahead. Teams, for messaging and phone calls, you can use that as well. You can even have some food ordering apps like Panera or Chick-fil-A. So there's some more apps becoming available each and every day for the Apple CarPlay Android Auto. It's a feature that really opens up the capabilities and the ease of use while driving, and just overall makes it more enjoyable and, of course, safer. The last feature I want to talk to you guys about that I use almost daily, especially depending on how hot or cold it is the remote access. With your phone, you can use an app called MySubaru to remotely access your car, to be able to start it, to adjust your climate controls. On a lot of the Subarus now that have the built-in heated seat controls, you can actually turn on your heated or ventilated seats if your car is equipped with it directly from your phone to get it cooled down, to get it warmed up. And if you are out and about somewhere and you forget whether or not you locked your car, you can simply lock it directly from your phone remotely from anywhere, given that you have cellular service or Wi-Fi connection. Using the capabilities of this app does come at an additional cost, but it's incredibly low. On a new car, whenever you're buying a new Subaru, you can get it as low as $100 for the first 3 years. So collectively, that's about $33 when you break it out annually. And then you have the option, if you maybe have a pre-owned Subaru, given that it's new enough and it has the keyless entry with remote start, if you have this key fob, you'll have that, then you'll have the ability to get it on your pre-owned Subaru, and it is about $150 per year without any sort of promotional offer. I hope this video helps share some valuable tips that maybe you didn't already know existed on your Subaru. Don't forget, check out the link in the description below if you guys want to check out REI's sale right now through to the end of May 27th. They have some great savings, some great deals on some high quality name brand products. So definitely check that out while that lasts. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys in the next one.